you guys can't really see this. I could potentially just move my camera a little bit. Should I move my camera? Probably should. We're moving. Just watch me fly away. Wow. 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 I'm levitating. New levitation passive in the CP tree. Get it now. Pre-order. Pre-purchase. Okay, here we go. Should be fine. Should be able to see that now. Okay, so we have the small yellow ones here. These are just passives. And then we have the bigger ones. And they're active skills. When you unlock them, you can put them on your bar, right? So let's just go over them from left to right. We have the Shadow Strike. When you kill an enemy with Blade of Woe, I saw that. Become invisible for 5 seconds after a short delay while distracting nearby enemies. So this is for PvE players. And then while under the effect, you can still cast the Blade of Woe. So you can basically just, you know, just chain kill a couple people. Just run up to someone, do this, turn invisible, go to the next one, hit him with the Blade of Woe. So if you're a PvEer, if you like Blade of Woeing people, then this is the thing for you here. Infamous, increase the value of fenced items, so you can make a lot more money here. But this is only 15%, so you got to put 25 points in here, and then you can get 15% extra gold from your fenced items. Cut Purse's Art increases the chance to get higher quality loot when pickpocketing. I mean, that's pretty nice, you know, if you're running around, if you're pickpocketing a lot. I know people made a lot of money pickpocketing, so that's pretty nice. It gives you better items, helps you make more money. Friends in low places removes 1,000 gold from your bounty once per day when committing a crime where bounty is added. Okay. And you must be level 50. It's interesting, you know. This is just for, I don't know why this is in the craft. I mean, it's craft, not crafting, right? So it's you know, I thought it was just more about crafting, which is in here too. But this is more about the craft of things. Some paintings you can get from being a thief are worth 8 million plus. Are you kidding me? 8 million for a painting? It's crazy. Well, people are gonna love this then. They're gonna love it. Okay, then we have Fadeaway. Escaping from a guard wipes 25% of your current heat, but not bounty. Okay, yeah. I was just thinking about what the difference is between heat and bounty, but yeah, I know. So this is like the left side of the active ones. Then let's look at the middle here. Meticulous Disassembly improves the chances of extracting woodworking ingredients and allows the refining of more powerful resins from raw materials. As far as I know, this is the only woodworking, like the only crafting one. It's just the woodworking one. I'm not sure if this is it's probably not an oversight, but there has to be a reason that this is the only like crafting disassembly one that we have. Maybe there's a reason for it. I don't know. But yeah, you can basically get like improves the chance of extracting. It doesn't say by how much, right? It doesn't say by how much it improves the chances. So it's kind of hard to say. Oh yeah, and by the way, you have to start with these here, with the base skills first, and then when you put enough in here, it unlocks more, right? It unlocks more points. So let's actually do that, just so we can unlock a couple more here. These are Not tied to anything, no. Okay. So, the next one would be Treasure Hunter. Increases the quality of items you find in treasure chests. We already have that. Master Gatherer. It reduces the time it takes to harvest by 10% per stage. And you have 5 stages, so that's that. I think it used to be like 75 or something, right? It used to be faster. Now it's not as fast anymore. But I think you can get more items. You have the Homemaker, 10% chance to find a second furnishing plan whenever you find furnishing plans in the world. That's pretty good. You know, if you get a good one that's worth a lot, it could make you some extra eddies here. Here, this is a good one. Plentiful Harvest. You have 20% chance to gain double the yield from normal resource nodes per stage. You can get this up to 100%, which is crazy. So you can basically, if you have a crafter that that you use to just craft and like run around and pick up resources, you can have a 100% chance to get double resources, which is crazy, which is good. Because right now the prices for anything crafted is insane. Like all the crafting materials and crafted items are so expensive right now. They're like twice the price that they usually are. I don't know why, but it's insane. Makes buildcraft very, very expensive. So this is definitely going to drop the price on a lot of items, I think, and then it's going to, trickle down to people like me, where I can do cheaper buildcraft, and that's very much appreciated. Welcome in, Sippy. Good to see you. We're checking out the new CP system right now. Okay, increases the mount speed by 2% per stage. Gifted Rider. Not bad. So you can technically get 10% extra movement speed out of your mount. So if you want to be extra fast, extra speedy. And yeah, that's nice. I love this. And then you have the War Mount. We already know this. Improves your mastery with mounts, removing all stamina costs outside of combat. That already exists. Let's look. Out of sight. This one we haven't covered yet, right? Reduces the radius you can be detected while sneaking by 1 meter per stage, up to 3 meters. It's not bad. Not bad. Which one did we know? Oh yeah, we didn't cover these here. The base ones. The base ones are pretty nice, I would say. Reduces the cost which merchants buy goods. Increases the cost which merchants buy goods from you by 2% per stage. So yeah, 10% extra money. There's some items like this. What's it called? I forgot. There's this one item you get from doing PvP. It's worth like 1k gold, and you can sell it to a merchant. So gives you an extra 100 gold per item. It's very nice. Fortune's Favor increases the amount of gold you can find in treasure chests by 10% per stage. This goes up to 50%, of course. Fenrir, welcome in, dude. Welcome in. Wanderer reduces the cost of Wayshrine usage 10% per stage. And yeah, 5 stages. So you can reduce this by 50%. So, if you're an explorer, you're using Wayshrines a lot. They can be very costly when you use them frequently. 50% reduction on this, very nice. Breakfall, this is amazing. Reduces fall damage taken by 7% per stage. And this goes up to, it doesn't show it because it's bugged, but this would go up to 35%, right? And this is a big deal. 35% fall damage reduction opens up some interesting things, some interesting ways of playing things. So I'm looking forward to that. You know me, I'm into these kinds of things. So that was Breakfall. Then we have the Soul Reservoir, and yeah, so when you resurrect yourself or another player, you have a 33% chance to not consume Soul Gem. And the Rationer, that's interesting, like 10%, 10 minutes of duration of any eaten food or drink per stage. This goes up to 30 minutes, so you can have 30 minutes extra on your food items. Pretty interesting. Not bad. Especially like when you're using really expensive foods. It gives you a lot extra mileage. Makes it a little less expensive. Then we have the liquid efficiency. Whenever you use a potion or poison, you have a 10% chance to not consume it. So this is only a 10% chance. This is not upgradable. But yeah, I mean, over the course of a day, it's not bad, you know. It's easy to like consume like 100 potions during a PvP session. And when you're playing with poisons, you're going to be like once every 10 seconds you basically have a chance to not consume your poisons, which is really good actually, you know. Let's look at Angler's Instincts. Oh yeah, increases your chance of catching higher quality fish. For the people that like it. Real Technique, decrease the time it takes for a fish to bite. You know, if you're farming certain things, like even like leads, gold leads, this is gonna help you. Yo, Django, what's going on? We're covering the new CP, taking a look at the new CP. It's interesting. A lot of cool things in here. King Chili, welcome in. How's it so far? Is it confusing? It can be. It can be. So far, it is not, but it can be. There's a lot of depth to it. I think with the blue tree, it gets a little confusing because the blue tree has another layer of depth to it, and I'm going to be showing that in a second. Okay, we got these, and then we have Sustaining Shadows reduces the cost of sneak by 1% per stage, and this. Oh yeah, this is probably a typo. This probably is not meant to be not meant to say stage, but point or is it point? I don't know. Could go 50% sneak. It's actually not too crazy. Yeah, it's probably per point spent for sneak speed, sneak reduction here. Reduces the cost of repairing your armor by 1%. That's just kind of like, you know, doesn't really matter much in my opinion. Steed's Blessing increases your out of combat movement speed by 1%. Interesting, but I would like the in combat movement speed better because it's just like just overall movement speed would be nice. Because like, you know, especially when you're a PvPer, being out of combat is a commodity. You don't really get that too often when you're actively fighting. So yeah, I think that is all in the green tree. Let's look at the blue tree. Okay, so blue tree, as I said, is going to be a little more complicated here. Because you still have the small passives here that you can take. Then you have the big active ones that you can take. And then you have these, the subclusters, right? You can have the subclusters. And there's more stuff in there. And yeah. Which is really interesting, but this is where it really gets a little complex, I think. So let's go from left to right again. And apparently this is like kind of like the way they set it up. You have this mage here, right? On the one hand, he has the staff. Then there's the body, the torso, and then you have the other hand, and he's like casting something. And the way this is set up is this: the left side here, where the staff is. This is basically the healing. And there's like all kinds of like body stats here, and this is some damage stats. So this is it's a nice idea, gotta say. It's a really nice idea. Let me just magically lower the cam again, because I need you guys to be able to see this. So we're just lowering the cam. Okay, here we go. Cam has been lowered. Now you guys can see something. Okay, let's go over this. So we have the Blast, increase your healing done by 1% per stage. Soothing Tide. Let me actually put some points in here. So you have these like these base passives here. When you put 10 points in here, it unlocks more things, right? You can unlock more things, and then you put things in here and it unlocks more things, and that's basically how it works, right? So yeah. Soothing Tide, increase your healing done with area of effects. This is interesting, but honestly, you basically have to specialize now, right? It's not just like you get any healing boosted, but you have to pick the healing that you're gonna do on your build. Are you gonna use more single target healing skills? Are you gonna use more AoE healing skills? Is it gonna be healing over time? Right, so you gotta specialize a little more. Focus Mending increases your healing done with single target heals. That's what I'm saying. Swift Renewal increases your healing done with healing over time effects. Cleansing Revival. This is interesting. Healing a target under 25% health removes all harmful effects from them. This effect can occur once every 24 seconds. So, not super good, but interesting. Maybe this gets adjusted in the future. I feel like 24 seconds for a purge is not super good. It's nice to have one, but it's only once every 24 seconds, and you have to be below 25% health. So, you know, I don't know how many times you will like really get this and benefit from it. You know, so maybe this needs some adjustment, but I like the idea. Rejuvenator grants 33 weapon and spell damage to your healing abilities per stage. So for, you know, for a healer that doesn't want to do damage, that's of course a good way of like speccing into it. Because, you know, it just makes more sense. If you're not doing damage, you don't have to spec on damage, right? Foresight. This is pretty cool here. After you drink a potion, the cost of your magic and stamina healing abilities used within 6 seconds are reduced by 75%. 75% cost reduction for 6 seconds after drinking a potion. That's pretty fucking amazing. You know, you could pull out some heavy hitters here. You know, some really expensive skills. Get them out of the way while they're heavily reduced. Pretty nice. I like this a lot. Okay, then we have Eldritch Insight. This grants you 260 max magicka per stage. So there's 5 stages you can get, and you know, this is basically just to buff up your base stats. Same thing goes for the Tireless Discipline here. 260 stamina per stage, up to 5 times. Let's go up here. Let's pick those here. Precision grants 160 critical rating per stage, and also 5 stages here. I just wish they wouldn't say critical rating, because this is like such a weird term. So I don't know if we could just, you know, because crit chance is always percentage based. So why can't we just show it as like a percentage? Why is it like we have this weird mix of like percentage and then flat values? And you kind of have to like convert it in your head. I think this is like, what is this, like 1%? I think this is like 1%. 160 is 1%, I think. When you deal direct damage, Reeving Blows this is. When you deal direct damage, you heal for 7% of the damage done. No cooldown, any damage. Well, direct damage, right? Any direct damage, which is really interesting. So if you couple this with like certain things, like the Pale Order Ring, and on a Stamsork having crit surge, you can get a lot of healing out of this. Because you hit someone with a Wrecking Blow, and this thing crits, your crit surge goes off, the Reeving Blows passive goes off, the Pale Order goes off, and all of a sudden, ba-boom, you get like 4k, 4.5k heals or something, right? Pretty amazing. So I think we're going to see a lot of builds that are pretty beefy just by, you know, just pumping out damage and just getting a lot of heals for it. Interesting. Raffle Strikes grants 33 weapon spell damage to your damaging abilities per stage. It's any damaging abilities, right? So this would be your, you know, it would just build in here to get some extra damage. This is an interesting one. Occult Overlord. Overload, not Overlord. Whenever you kill an enemy under the effect of a status effect, they violently explode for 2k Oblivion damage. Violently for 2k? I don't know. 2k doesn't sound like it's really that violent. But yeah, like, but per stage, and you get 2 stages, so this goes up to 4k. It's not bad. It's not bad. So this is definitely going to be a thing for bombers, or just anyone who just, you know, drops in, or like for groups when they run into an enemy group and drop like a big hammer. It's going to be interesting, you know, getting the extra damage out of this. Then we have the Backstabber. Increase your critical damage done by 3% per stage against enemies you are flanking. This is probably something that I'm going to be using on a lot of my builds, because that's a lot of extra crit damage. And I gotta check how far we can get the crit damage in this patch, but I would like a lot of crit damage. But then again, we kind of lost the crit damage in general, right? We used to have crit damage increase like on all crits basically, and this is only if you're flanking now. And I'm not sure if there's another passive that grants you some crit damage. So I have to be you know, checking all the passives to see how much I can get, because this is going to be important for a certain build that I want to build. Fighting Finesse. Increase your critical damage and critical healing done. Oh wow, here's more crit damage. That's pretty nice. Okay, that's good. So they basically split it up in like 2 passives here. The 25% that you could get before, you can still get, but you have to invest 100 points into it like before, and it's 2 passives, and 15% of that is only if you're flanking. You know, it's probably not a bad idea. It's probably not a bad idea. Okay, let's look at the skills down here. You have the Unassailable, reduces the damage taken by area of effect attacks by 2% per stage, goes up to 10%, of course. Enduring Resolve, reduces your damage taken by damage over time by 2%, goes up to 10. Gingermane, lol, what? No, it's, oh, you say UI, you want to see UI? What's the... What kind of UI do you want to know? What kind of UI do you want to know? Feisty, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Where was I? Enduring Resolve, yeah. Then we have the Duelist Rebuff, reduces the damage taken by single target attacks by 2%. Riposte, oh, we already had that in the last CP system. When you block an attack from an enemy within 7 meters, you deal almost 5k physical damage back to the attacker once every 5 seconds. You saw it yesterday, it looked clean. I can go over a couple things after the CP review. Remind me to show you the things when I'm done here. Okay, which one do we have? Okay, Reinforced. When you begin bracing, which is blocking, you gain a damage shield that absorbs 5k damage for 3 seconds. Can occur once every 10 seconds. We had that for Bulwark. If you have a shield or frost staff equipped, shield means an actual shield, not a damage shield, an actual shield. Increases your spell and physical resistance by 1900. Cutting Defense. You deal 200 magic damage to attackers whenever they damage you with a direct damage attack within 7 meters. This is basically like the DK damage return, just for everybody now. And we have the Last Stand again. When you take damage below 20% health, you gain major heroism for 9 seconds. For 9 seconds, actually. That's pretty long. Oh, not bad. Was it 9 seconds before? I feel like it's longer now, huh? Endless Endurance increases your max stamina by 26 per point. Untamed Aggression increases your weapon and spell damage by 3 per point. So this goes up to like 300 if you put 100 in. No, it can only go 50. Oh, that sucks. It's only 150. Yeah, honestly, I like a lot of things, but like putting like these like interesting little damage pockets here and there. I mean, they've done it for a reason. So you can't just like easily spec into the maximum amount of damage, and you have to make some decisions here, but still. And then you have the max magicka by 26 per point for the arcane supremacy. Okay, then we got up here, Deadly Aim, increase your damage done with single target attacks by 2% per stage. Biting Aura, increase your damage done with area of effect attacks by 2%, and then Thaumaturge, you know this one, 2% extra per stage, up to 10%. I think this is all the small points. We can go look at the these ones here, the sub constellations that we have. We have the Staving Death. If you go in here, we have Resilience, grants 132 critical resistance per stage, and reducing your damage taken from critical strikes, which is, you know, crit resistance. Just an explanation. Hardy reduces the damage you take from martial attacks by 1% per stage. And like martial is the new word for physical, poison, disease, bleed damage, right? They group that together into this one category called martial damage. Then you have the Quick Recovery, increases the healing taken by 1% per stage. Preparation reduces the damage taken from non-player attacks. So, you know, if you want to spend a couple extra in here, 3% per stage, so that's 15% reduction. If you want to take a little less damage from, you know, guards. Could you show penetration CP, please? Yeah. Didn't we? No, we didn't show that yet. Oh, we'll get there. Elemental Aegis reduces the damage taken from magical attacks. Magical is magic, flame, frost, and shock damage. That is all in here, right? I covered it all. Oops, I always quit the CP here. We have this one, Extended Might. This is the one that you want to see. Piercing grants 350 offensive penetration per stage, up to 5 stages. Right? Unfortunately, like, the UI is still bugged. It doesn't update. So you get some nice spell and physical penetration here, which I like. I like this a lot. Flawless Ritual increases the chance to apply a magical status effect by 30% per stage. It's actually not bad. So this goes up to 150% actually. Not bad. War Mage grants 100 weapon and spell damage to magical attacks. Just a flat value. You got to put 30 points in here, and then you can get that. Battle Mastery, increase the chance to apply a martial status effect by... Oh, we already had that, right? Yeah, we already did that. Mighty grants 100 weapon and spell damage to martial attacks, which is weird. Like, why does it grant weapon and spell damage to martial attacks? Physical, poison, disease, and bleed, because they only scale with the weapon damage, right? They only scale with the weapon damage. Although, maybe they've taken into account that, you know, some ultimates do, you know, physical or poison or disease damage. And then they would scale better with this. But this is like the only one. It'll scale both, maybe? Well, like normal skills should only scale with the respective thing, right? Weapon damage is going to be martial. Spell damage is going to be the magical damage. But I think for ultimates, this would, you know, tie into that, because ultimate scale of your highest resource. So, you know, if you if you can get like one of the values higher for some reason, I don't know. I find this a little weird. I can picture a scenario where this might do something, but it seems very, I don't know, very situational. This is, why do I like back out of it all the time? Okay, I think we covered everything in this one here. Let's go over to the red tree. War Mage gives both too. I think it does, yeah. Okay, let's. Wait, is this not the? Which ones do I have to spec into to unlock the? Oh, these ones here. Kind of weird. Oh, for some of them you need less points. This one only needs 8 points to unlock. Interesting. Why does this one only need 8 points and this one needs... Oh, this one needs 15 points to unlock. Oh, they have different costs. Oh. Didn't know that. That is interesting. So let's go over this from left to right here. Boundless Vitality grants 28 max health per stage. Ironclad grants 34.6 armor per stage. Why? Why? Gilliam? I want to talk to Gilliam. Bring Gilliam in here. Why is there a decimal? Gilliam, why don't you just say 34 or 35? Why does it have to be 0.6? Get Spreadsheet Andy in here. I want to talk to him. I want to have a word. And we got the Rejuvenation. Grants 3 health, magicka, and stamina recovery per stage. This goes up to 50. It's gonna be interesting, dude, building with these weird values. Unchained. When you break free, the cost of your next stamina ability within 5 seconds is reduced by 11% per stage. It goes up to 55%. Peace of Mind. Increases magicka and health recovery while immune to crowd control. There's a lot of mechanics now that work while you have like crowd control immunity, which is, you know, I don't know. It's interesting. Harden. Increase the duration of the time you are immune to crowd control by 3% per stage. Wow. Per stage. So this is like 15% extra immunity. It's not much. That's like 1.5 seconds extra. I mean, you know, 1.5 seconds is 1.5 seconds. Defiance reduces the cost of break free by 110 stamina per stage. Juggernaut. While immune to crowd control, you take 2% less damage per stage. Also interesting. I mean, this is kind of like a huge buff. Because if you go all the stages here, that's 10% while you have CC immunity, right? And this would go on for a long time. If you put up like a CC potion, how long is that? Like with the potion passes, it's like 10 seconds, right? That's like 10 seconds of immunity. And if you chain this with like a CC break, which is 9 seconds, you get like almost 20 seconds of CC immunity and 10 seconds of basically the equivalent of major protection damage reduction. But it also stacks with major protection. So if you have a build that has a high uptime on major protection, you can go pretty tanky here for a long time, actually. And realistically, if you're... I see an issue with this. I see an issue. Because the amount of CC that's happening in PvP, like, puts you in crowd control, like, constantly. Like, in CC immunity. Sorry, I shouldn't say crowd control. In CC immunity. So a lot of people will have the Juggernaut up at all times, basically. If you spec into this. But yeah, it's going to be up a lot, actually. I don't know if that's an issue or not. We covered this. Slippery. When you are affected by a disabling effect, you are automatically... This is crazy. You will automatically break free for no cost. After using this effect, you become winded for and cannot trigger this effect for another 21. This is like basically like the one set that they put in. You know, they just basically like one-to-one transferred this over into the CP system. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the set. Did they remove the set? Because I don't think you can stack them, right? I don't think you can stack them. Because technically it's the same effect. And if you're already on a 21-second cooldown, I don't think the set could trigger. But maybe they programmed it and coded it differently so that it does stack, and then you basically get like 2 break frees per 21 seconds, which is pretty crazy considering that, like, breaking free crowd control immunity is like 9 seconds, I think. That's pretty crazy. We got some expert evasion. Your next dodge roll is free of cost. I don't really understand this. Your next dodge roll is free of cost after consuming this effect. You cannot gain it again for 30 seconds. I'm not sure how this even works. Like, how does this effect trigger? It doesn't say how it triggers. After consuming this effect, how do I consume it? Is it a synergy or what is it? I don't really understand here. Tumbling, increase the cost, reduce the cost of dodge roll by 120 stamina per stage. Mystic Tenacity reduces the duration of elemental status effects applied to you by 5% per stage. Survival Instincts. While afflicted with a status effect, your core combat skills cost 5% less per stage. This is pretty crazy. Because you can get this up to 25%. So you have 25% reduction from this. But then you also have... Where was this? Where was it? I need to find this other thing. I don't know where it is. It's over here somewhere. This one here. After you drink a potion, the cost of your magic and stamina healing abilities is reduced by 6 seconds. So you can basically reduce your healing cost by 100% for 6 seconds. You will have free healing. If I see this right here, if the math works out like that, you would basically have 6 seconds of free healing. Can you show us the new skins? I can't, sorry. It's not a skin stream. It's not a skin stream. Maybe if I'm done here and I get access to the skins, I could show them, but right now we're doing this here. This was this one here, yeah, really strong. Return to life after resurrection with 10% more resources per stage, so this goes up to 50%. Spirit Mastery, decrease the time it takes to resurrect an ally by 33%. You have to put 33 points in here to unlock this, so you gotta commit to this. Arcane Alacrity. While shielded, your dodge roll costs 160 less stamina per stage. This is interesting. This is interesting. While shielded, man. I'm telling you, light armor builds have the cheapest dodge rolls from now on. It's incredible. They can go so cheap. You're gonna see Magicka builds just dodge rolling like a motherfucker. It's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be glorious. I know. Like the millions of times that I heard Fangrush complain about Magicka builds dodge rolling so much, he's gonna hate that. He's gonna see people dodge roll like fucking 25 times on a Magicka build. You won't ever hit a fucking Magicka build again. You won't ever hit him again. Crazy. And then you have Bastion. Increases the effectiveness of your damage shield and the damage against shielded enemies. So they just put it together. 8% per stage. It's not bad. It's 40%. 40%. So you have 40% stronger shields, which is crazy. And 40% more damage against shielded enemies. Yeah, it's a twofer. It's a twofer. You get 2 broken things for the price of 1. Thanks for choosing the Elder Scrolls Online. We love you. Shieldmaster. Reduces the cost of shields by 2%. So, while you're putting on the shields that are 40% stronger and make you almost dodge roll for free, you can also save a little bit of Magicka, you know? Because they might cost a little too much for you, but hey, now you can reduce it. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? You can reduce it now. And maybe after you break free. Oh, the next stamina ability? Well, you can just throw on a fucking stamina shield. You can throw on a fucking stamina shield, right? On a Magicka build with 50k health. Throw on a stamina shield too. It's going to be super cheap. And then you have this one too. Status effect on you. Hey, it doesn't matter. 25% cost reduction. Just throw that on too. All of a sudden, you're casting shields for free while rolling around, having like insane fucking shields that no one can penetrate. It's amazing. And if someone else has a shield, guess what? You're gonna hit him for 40% harder. Amazing. It's so good. Well, anyway, Hero's Vigor grants you the 280 max health per stage. Sprinter reduces the cost of sprint by 20 stamina per stage. Oh, we already had this, I think. Hasty increases your movement speed when sprinting by 2% per stage. Can be a little bit faster. Bloody Renewal. Restore 300 stamina per stage whenever you kill an enemy. It's not bad. This goes up to 1.5k. So 1.5k extra stamina when you kill an enemy. Which means if you're doing like PvE and you're a stamina build, you can basically cast for free. Like if you have some stamina AoE that you can hit people with, yeah, it's going to be very cost efficient. Siphoning spells restore 300 Magicka per stage whenever you kill an enemy. So this is the Magicka version here. You can basically do the same. Who's honking? There's a car honking outside. Jesus. Strategic Reserve. Gain 50 health recovery for every 10 ultimate you have. So that's not gonna be amazing. That's like 250 health recovery if you're like fully juiced up with ultimate. Let's add 1k damage to attackers while shielded. Yeah. Yeah, why not? So we already had this. We had this. Fortification. Increases the amount of damage you can block by 4% per stage. Tireless Guardian. reduces the cost of block by 20 stamina per stage. Nimble Protector increases movement speed while bracing, so you can walk a little faster now while you're holding block forever. And as soon as I said you can walk faster while blocking, Mr. Ease appears. Coincidence? I think not. I think not. You just claimed... Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I claimed my own crate. I claimed my own crate. I'm so good. On guard, while immune to crowd control, increases the amount of damage you can block by 2% per stage. More mitigation! There you go. You want to be more tanky? There it is. Savage Defense. Reduces the cost of bash by 45 stamina per stage. This is it, I think. Nope. Bashing Brutality. Missed this one. Did we go over this one? Yeah. Bashing Brutality. Increases your bash damage by 120 per stage. You know, if you want to be a little more OP, and that's it. That's the CP system, guys. I hope you liked it. Hope you liked the CP.